Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is my channel Ladybug Stitches. Today is February 25th and this is Flosstube number 25. I have a ton of stuff to share today and I'm going to start with two new releases. The first one is my St. Patrick's Day release. It is called Pastel Patty and it is only going to be available as a PDF on my Etsy shop. I probably am not going to be putting it into a paper pattern because it's just a small pattern, but if you're interested in it, you can find it in my link down below. But this is Pastel Patty. I decided to go with a pastel theme for this one, just because the colors were really fun and it's a bit of a different take on St. Patrick's Day, which I really like. Very springy and it turned out super cute. So it is on a 14 count fabric that I dyed myself. It turned out very chalkboard like, which I actually really liked, and it looks like the pastel colors are chalk, and I think that turned out pretty cool. So that was definitely not intentional, but I do think it turned out pretty good. So if you want to stitch this, you can choose a chalkboard kind of fabric. I think that would look pretty good with it. And then on the back I just have this fabric. I actually got this from Joann's. Joann is closing all their stores if you didn't hear, so definitely go stock up if you need to, but this is just you could put any fabric on the back. So, and then on the sides I put a cording that I made from two different colors, and I think it turned out pretty cute. So this is on my Etsy shop now if you're interested. And you can go check it out there. So that is my first new release. I ran out of room of everything. My second new release is very exciting. I've been waiting for this for a long time and I'm super happy to be able to share it. It is called Cottontail Farms and it is a collaboration with Paisleys and Polka Dots. Their finishing boards are absolutely gorgeous. I reached out and they wanted to partner with me on this piece, and it's crooked. So this is Cottontail Farms. It comes with the big stitch here and then 3 little stitches down at the bottom. It is designed to be on this finishing board, which like I said, you can get from Paisleys and Polka Dots. I will link it down below. I had decided to put the finishing piece on magnets and washers so it can be removed, and then it gave me a couple ideas for a couple companion pieces that I'll do in the future. So that's very exciting. Let me show you the pattern up close. So this is Cottontail Farms. I will note, if you do want to stitch this, you have to get 2 skeins of the white. I think it's like 38.65, and please ignore the line there in the fabric. It would not come out no matter how much I ironed it, so we're just ignoring that. But I am so excited. I think this turned out so cute. This is stitched on a 28 count mushroom Lugana, I believe, with all DMC flosses, and it's just so gorgeous. I had so much fun working on this project and I think it turned out really awesome. I did use a Joann's fabric for the back, but it's just a pink check. You can really get that anywhere. It's just so pretty. And then it does come with 3 little pillows. And the first one is Egg Hunt This Way. It's a little sign. It's using the same colors as the main piece. And then for the back, I did that same fabric on all 3. Then the other one is these little bees and flowers. So cute, the same fabric. And then the littlest one is just a little bird with some eggs. So cute. So let me show you again. The big piece, it is gorgeous and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I just stuck some greenery down in the bottom. And like I said, this piece does come off, so that is what the whole finishing board looks like. And then back with it on, very crooked. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. So this is Cottontail Farms. You can find this In my Etsy shop, it will be a PDF pattern, and then I'm also releasing it in a paper copy. They're already on their way to shops. So if you're interested, you can contact your shop and they can order it for you. So very excited about that. Thank you so much to Julie at Paisleys and Polka Dots for all your work, and it turned out amazing. So thank you so much. So those are my 2 new releases. I also wanted to mention that in my last video, I told you all that I have a newsletter, an email newsletter that you can sign up for. You can sign up for it on my blog if you're interested. I will be sending an email out possibly today or tomorrow. It'll have links for everything that you need and all the information about anything that I share today. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up. It's free. I only send like an email out whenever I have some new releases and good information for you to share. I do have one more thing that I forgot to write down on my list. I reached my 100th sale on Etsy, which is absolutely crazy, and I am so grateful for every single one of you who have ordered my patterns. So I am doing a 25% off sale from now until I believe it's March 11th. I'm pretty sure it's 2 weeks from today, so I'm pretty sure that's March 11th. It is 25% off. I'm pretty sure each thing is 25% off. I can be wrong, but it's 25% off. And if you are interested, you can check out my Etsy shop. It'll be for 2 weeks. Okay, so with all that housekeeping out of the way, I do have several FFOs that I want to share. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this one already, but I think this turned out so amazing and I'm so happy with it. In my last video, I showed you I finished Buzz of the Bees by Stitching with the Housewives, and I fully finished it. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with it. I went to Michael's and I totally forgot to even bring this piece with me the first time I went. But I didn't really find anything that I wanted to finish it on. And then I had this idea. My dad had made me this frame. It's just 4 pieces of wood and some chicken wire in the back. You can kind of see it up here. I'll show you in the back in a minute. But I decided I wanted to put it on here. So I did pick up some floral picks when I went the second time I went to Michael's. I went on a Saturday and then on Monday. So it was a couple times too many. But I had this flower ribbon that I made into a bow. And then for the stitched piece, it kind of looks a bit crooked, but I put a honeycomb pattern on the back, and this is stitched on a 14 count purple Aida that I dyed. And then I just stuck all these picks in here. Let me show you the back because I don't care if you see the back. The way I attached it was I glued a bunch of strings and then I tied them around the chicken wire in the back. And then this part, I just stuck the picks through here, wrapped them around one of the honeycomb chicken wire bars, and then I just glued them down, and then this piece stuck out a little bit, so I just tucked it in. I'm not professional. I don't care. Just so you know, your back can look like this and still look like this on the front. There's no judgment here. And then I just tied a little string to hang it from, because I kind of forgot I had to hang it from something, so I just added that on. But I think it turned out so pretty. I had a hard time finding flowers that matched. I was just going to do some yellow flowers, but none of the yellow flowers that Michael's had really matched the yellow that was in here. So I found these. These are like pink with yellow tops on them, and they kind of pull out the purple that I really liked in here, and it pulled out the yellow, and I think it worked really well. So I think that turned out so good. This wood is stained. I have, my dad made me another piece that I have a cow on. I showed it in a video several videos ago. It could have been in the summer maybe. But it's a cow with a whole bunch of sunflowers. So I guess I have a theme with this frame, but I think it turned out really cute, and I'm so excited to be able to display it this spring. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it this spring because there's a chick, but sunflowers are more of a summery thing for me, but I think it'll be a spring piece. And I'm just so happy that it's done, and I just get to look at it all the time, and I think it looks really great. So I'm super happy I got this one done. It's just another whip off of my whip list. What's next? Okay, so next I finished Weekend Bliss by Lindy Stitches. This is a free pattern you can find on her website, I believe. I had a lot of good ideas, so thank you to everybody who commented some ideas. There was a suggestion to add paw prints, and I loved that idea. And then I had a suggestion to put some stitches. Deanne from Stitching on the Rock had suggested I put a couple stitches in the corner and not do the full border. And I was like, what if I just add like some paw prints as a border or something? Couldn't find any paw print borders or anything that was small enough. I had already found a frame in my stash that I had, and nothing else would really fit. So I didn't end up doing anything with it besides just framing it, but I think it turned out pretty good. I didn't really want to do too much with it. I just kind of wanted to be able to stick this on my wall. And the way this frame is, it's a vintage frame from my grandma's house, and it's really tight, so it is a bit crooked, but honestly it doesn't bother me, and nobody's gonna see it really, and I don't care. So it is a bit crooked, but who cares? I just put it in this little frame, and it still has the thing on the back, and I'm gonna have to add a hook to the back so I can hang it, but I think it turned out pretty good. This is on a 14 count fabric that I dyed. And then I did use a fancy floss, but I can't remember which floss I used, and it didn't really turn out too variegated. So it just kind of looks like it's like a dark gray, but I think it turned out really cute otherwise. And I'm really excited to add this to my little, I don't know, collage wall, I guess. I don't know. But I think it turned out really good. So that is finished number 2. And then I had fully finished stitching these pieces around Christmas time, and I have just had them sitting in my basket, and I just did not want to cut this many pieces of cardboard, and I had the finishing piece already and everything, and I just never wanted to finish it. But I finally did finish them. These are they're part of the Barnyard Christmas series from Pinker and Punkin Quilting. They are free patterns, and they're the 3 that are animals. So in the rest of the series, none of them look like this, so I did want to keep them all together. And I had this tin. It's like, it comes apart. Each one comes apart. I guess the bottom came off of that one. That's kind of weird. And then the top. Anyway, it had like hot cocoa in it or something. I don't know. My mom got it for Christmas one year, and she didn't want the container, and I collect containers because I have an addiction with containers. So I kept it, and I always knew I wanted to put 3 separate pieces on here that kind of matched and went together. So I did want to put these. I stitched these specifically knowing that I would put them on this piece. So I did finally finish them. You can kind of see a close-up. They just have, I just did a stitched piece and then a little border around, which is just like a check fabric or something. I didn't want to do too much. I just wanted to keep them simple and just have mostly the stitch pieces on here. So turned out pretty cute, and I'm excited for putting this out for Christmas. Words are really hard today. I don't know why. But I think that turned out really good. So I'm happy to have this one done. Officially, my FO basket is empty. So that's really good news. So, oh no, it's not. I had to finish. I will show you that in a minute anyway. I guess it's not technically empty now. Great. Anyway, I do have some finishes that aren't cross stitch. They are some other stuff, so I did want to share those as well. In the summertime and fall kind of time, my brother was chopping down some trees on our property, and I had seen these, can't remember what they're called. They're like the wedges that you cut out in a tree when you chop it down. And I had seen these and I asked him if I could have a couple that looked pretty nice because I wanted to make them like watermelon because they really did kind of look like watermelon slices. So I have 3 of these. They're just the wedges from cutting down trees. That's what they look like. And so I did paint them red and then I added some watermelon seeds and then I got some paint and just kind of did a little rind on the bottom. It's not the best. I'm not the best painter, but you don't see it too much when it's sitting down anyway. So that's one of them. And then we have this one. This one's a little bit fat and short. There was like a little knob on this one too. It's kind of funky. Pretty simple. And then this one still had the wood on the outside. So I just painted the sides and not the bottom. This one. So I'm excited. I'll put these out for my summer display and I think they'll add a little extra. It's always nice to have a little extra thing to add to your displays. And I'm really excited to put them out. So I did have a couple more finishes. I had gone through, I have a container addiction pretty much. Any cool container like the Barnyard Christmas little animals, I do tend to keep a bunch of random containers. I always think I'm gonna have something to do with them. I don't always, but I do have a bit of an addiction with that. And then I had found, I was going through all of my glass containers and my mom burns a lot of candles, so she keeps a lot of candle jars for me. Like a couple years ago I did this one. This one's just a candle jar, and I painted it like a snowman because the top kind of looked like his hat, you know. I don't know, I thought it was really cute. So I tried to do something like that with all my containers. And then I guess my mom had gotten this container filled with hot cocoa mix, I think it was, because it's just a snowman and it's really cute and it's glass. And he was just begging to be done up and looked good. So I painted him white and then I added his little buttons. They were already there, I just painted them black. And then the little face, just added a little nose, and then I painted the top black as well. I think I'm gonna have to repaint him a little bit because I got some, it rubbed against some stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some brown marks where it rubbed against some things. So I think I'm gonna paint him a little bit more and then maybe put a clear coat of Mod Podge on top just to protect him a little bit more, so then he can last. And then I was gonna put him back here because I think he would look really cute there. So that's another thing off my list. And then I had, I think last time in my last video I showed maple syrup jars, and then I have 2 more that I found when I was going through things. They're not shaped like that. They are shaped like leaves, but they were maple syrup jars. So I wanted to paint them like they were actually fall leaves. I can't decide if I want to paint this a different color, the lid, or not, but I did a coat of acrylic paint with Mod Podge mixed in. They were mixed together, so I only had to do a coat of the same thing. I did 3 coats on each one just to get them covered. You can kind of see the leaves, the veins in the leaves, which is really pretty. So that'll be nice to add to my little fall display as well. Something a little extra, and you repurpose it. It doesn't get to go to in a landfill or anything, so I think they turned out pretty cute. I think that's all of my finishes. I have a big mess here, so I'm thinking that's all. Next is an FO. This one you haven't seen yet, and I will give you more of an explanation later. But this is Fabric and Flosstube by Helen Daly. I'll just flash the chart real quick. This is a free pattern on her website. She has a whole bunch of these different ones, and I think I've done this one, and I've done the reindeer one, and the 4th of July one, I think. So I had this kitted up for, gosh, a couple years. I kitted it up thinking I was going to stitch it, and then I never got to it. And then I was pulling out some projects, and I will explain that in a little bit. But this was pretty quick and easy, so I did want to stitch it up since it was already kitted up. I did not use the call for colors, but the words are, they're variegated. They are Gentle Arts Tin Bucket, and the rest are just random flosses that I don't have a number for, but I think that color turned out pretty good for the words. And then this is stitched on a 14 count. It's like a purpley reddy color with some orange on top. I don't know. I do batch dyeing and I never mark what color each things are, so I'm just guessing. But I think that turned out really good. This is just my needle stuck up here. I didn't put that away. I literally finished it and then put this on a shelf and waited for my next video. So have not touched this bag since. I'm probably going to turn this into a pillow. Not that I need another pillow that's just going to stay out all year, but this is like an odd size to frame, so I won't be framing it. Turned out really good. Okay. That is my only FL. I'm going to put that back here. Next, we have whips. I'm going to start with the biggest whip first because it's at my feet and it's driving me nuts. This is, I'm going to get up the picture on my phone because I don't feel like editing. This is this map. This is the map for Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a show and a series. It is a pattern that I got from Etsy, but it's no longer on Etsy anymore, so you can't get it. But it is a monster of a project, and this is where I'm at. This is the second page that I'm doing. I'm in the middle of the pattern. And I pulled it out just for a day, just because I wanted to get some stitches in it. And then I was just working up here, trying to get some of that blue in there. So this is the ocean here. So this whole part here is just like this. Here's all ocean, all in here. So I do have it sectioned off into little pieces, and the pattern's up here. That's what I'm working from. I'm just doing all in here. So there's only a couple colors left in there, and then I'll get that little section done, and then I can move down on to the next one. So this is the second page. The first page is up here, and I don't feel like unraveling it because it is a whole big mess. This is how I section everything off, and it works pretty well. I have things clipped up. Generally, I hold it like this, so that section pulls back, and then this is pulled back, and then I just have the pattern clipped up here at the top. And I usually have it on a stand, which is actually what my phone is on right now. So I can't show you, but I have it clipped so it stands up like this. If I don't have that, then I do hold it by this part. And then I just have the highlighter in my mouth and I highlight as I go because this is a really confetti heavy project. And I don't want to mess it up as much as I can. So I've done really well so far. This is the bottom of the pattern. And then this way is 2 more pages, and then this way is 3 more pages. And then there's a row here, and then another row up top. So it is 3 layers. It's a big project, and it won't be get done for a long time, but I do want to put some progress in on this. I think I'm going to pull it out more because this show it's part of a studio, I guess now. It's called Avatar Studios now, so they do have this main show is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then the follow-up show was The Legend of Korra, and then they have just recently announced a next show, which is really exciting, and they announced a new book series. There's a couple book series about this universe, so it just kind of reinvigorated me, and I really want to work on this one more, so I'm going to try to pull it out more. It's just annoying because I have to like reorient myself to where I am in this piece. I don't know how you people do it who do a lot of full coverage pieces like Deanne from Stitching on the Rock. I don't know how you do that. Your piece with the ducks, I think, in the water, it's the one that's for your son. That is crazy. I don't know how you do that, such like cross-country kind of stitching. It is crazy and I'm jealous. I don't know how you do it. So I'm going to try to pull this one out a little bit more. to try to get some more progress. I would really like to get this section done by the end of the year, but I wanted to get this done by the end of last year and that didn't happen. So I'm gonna try. Okay, that is my first whip. And then I will move on. My second whip is my model stitching. That bag was just in my way. It was driving me nuts. I have so many things at my feet right now. Okay, so my model stitching, I am stitching pretty far ahead right now. Cottontail Farms comes out today. Pastel Patty comes out today. I have the next piece that comes out after it's like the middle of March. That's already stitched and finished, and I was super excited about that one as well. Can't show you that. It's just sitting over here. I could show you, but I can't. I'm sorry. This morning I finished the one that's coming out in April, and then this one I believe is also coming out in April. So I will just flash it real quick. It's just a cute little piece. This one will be pretty quick stitch. I already got pretty far on it this morning, so that'll be good. Okay. Next, we have A Nature's Journey by Sprouting Lupine. This is the 2025 Stitch Along in Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is the spring one. And this is the, whoops, I'm throwing my papers everywhere. This is the spring portion of the stitch. And then it's summer, autumn, and winter down here. I wanted to put a little bit more work in this. I did pick up almost all the colors now. I'm just missing 2. My Michaels did not have the other 2, which is a bit disappointing. This is where I'm at. I was getting a bit tired of the moth, so I did start going up here. This is a flower. I didn't spend a lot of time on this, but I did get a little bit work done. I don't want to get too far behind. I'm not really good with stitch alongs, but I don't want to get too far behind. And I don't want to ruin the magazine any more than I've already ruined it by having it in my bag. The cover is already coming off, but I do want to try to keep moving on this one a little bit more. It's just a little bit hard. This is an 18 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed, but when I coffee tea dye things, it tends to shrink up a ton, so it almost looks like a 22 count, I feel like. It's pretty small, so I don't stitch on it too much. But I love this piece and I really do want to keep moving on it. So I'm going to pull it back out in the next 2 weeks and see where I can get. I think there's like let's see. There's like this border here. I want to try to get that done, but I had done this leaf here. So I want to move on to some of the little animals. There's a little snail and a bee. I want to try to get onto those soon. So gotta finish the moth too. That is that project. I am using the call for colors. I don't know if I said that. Okay. Gotta put everything on the floor today because I don't have a lot of room. Then the next one, I actually pulled this one out this weekend. I haven't pulled it out in years. So I figured I might as well get some stitches in and on it. It is Afternoon Nap by Bucilla. It is a kit that my grandma had given me a couple years ago. She gave my cousin the same kit, and I asked my cousin, and she also kind of gave up on it. The problem with this kit is it's absolutely adorable, but I'm going to flash the chart because I need you to feel my pain on this one. Okay. This is how big the paper is that they give you. And for some reason, they decided only half the chart was going to be on each side. Why would you do that? I would prefer one big page with the whole chart on it and then have the keys, the key code on the back. I don't care if I have to flip to the back. I don't want to split up the chart. It's just, it drives me nuts because I was stitching in the middle, which of course is where the thing cuts off. So half of this is on one page and the top half is on the other, and it just drives me nuts. And also with this one is I'm going to show you a little bit here. You're not going to be able to copy this. I swear it's fine. they added all the back stitching on the chart, and it's so hard to see because there's so many fractional stitches, and then the back stitch lines go over top of the stitches, and it's really hard to see what I'm stitching and what the symbol is supposed to be. So it's driving me nuts a little bit. So I don't stitch on it. That's why I gave up on it a couple years ago. But I just want to get some progress on it. I don't want to linger for too much longer. I worked in here a little bit, and then I went up here and I was pulling some of this green. There's 2 different shades of green in here. It's kind of hard to see, but there are 2 different shades. So I was kind of working on that because at least the border around the cat up here is pretty much just 2 colors, which is a lot easier. Once you get into all this, it gets a lot harder. So I do want to put some more stitches on this soon, but it was driving me crazy a little bit. But it is so cute. It's just a cute little cat. So I do want to try to get more done on it. So more of a focus piece, but like a silent focus piece. It's not going to come out all the time. Okay, let me put this all away. It's in a tiny bag. And I didn't have a hoop with me when I was working on it either. And I didn't have a pencil to work on, to mark off on my pattern. And I didn't even have a pair of scissors in here. So that's how long ago I started working on this project. Okay, 2 more whips. I think it was last week I pulled out this one. This is Roladex Mourning Sampler by Bendy Stitchy. I would like to have this one as a focus piece, but I just can't bring myself to focus on it for too long for some reason. But I did finish this gate here. I was working on there. I only had a couple of the spokes done, so I did pull the whole thing over. So now I just have the other side of the gate left to do on that part. I did start it up here a little bit. I don't know why this gate is getting to me so much, but every time I work on it, I just want to put the piece down and not touch it for a while, which is really sad because I love this piece. Once I get the gate done, and then I will pull all this, the tree leaves down. So I have the whole first page done. The second page here is pretty full, and then the 2 pages over here are kind of like half pages almost. So it's not like a crazy amount, but it's also enough that I don't want to pick it up that much. But it's gorgeous. This is on an 18 count coffee tea dyed Ada. Like I said, this one is also hard because the holes are teeny tiny. And I just don't want to work on it as much. So I think I have to change my needle. I might have actually changed it already. I'm not sure. I chose a really small needle and it's hard for me to hold it. So I might change that if I have trouble with it anymore. I just did a little on that one. I was kind of like jumping around between a lot of different things because I just couldn't decide what I wanted to stitch on. I talked about that a little bit in my last video. I'm just having a hard time focusing on what I want to stitch. But I think I figured it out, so I'm going to let you know when I talk about my plans. The last whip that I have is Together Again, which is a pattern that I designed for in memory of my grandparents. I wanted to pull this one out a little bit so I can get it done. And I finished one goose. And then I didn't feel like going to the next goose because that body was driving me nuts. So I started on the border a little bit. And I just did one strand of red on the border. And then I think next I'll go to the body of the goose. All that's left is the body of the goose and the border, which is really not that much. So I got to try to pull this out. This is a 14 count Ada that's blue and brown. It's kind of hard to see. It's really cloudy out today. And I didn't turn any lights on when I started this, but it is what it is. So I want to pull this one out again in the next 2 weeks. Okay, that's all my whips, and I have quite a lot of haul. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you. I am not good at documenting things very well. I just go off of my memory usually, but since I'm working on so many pieces, I have been writing down what I've been stitching on every day. So I had this little planner that last year I wrote down whenever I wanted to post some new patterns. And this year I'm not really doing it that way, so I didn't really have a use for this planner anymore, but it's a 2-year planner and I wanted to use it for something. So This is February, and ignore my really bad handwriting. It's my eyes only usually, so I write pretty sloppy. But every day I've been writing down what I've been working on. So that's super fun. And now I just go back and I see, oh, that's when I filmed my Flosstube, and this is everything I've stitched since then. So I pull out all of my whips. So I would not have remembered all my whips this time if I hadn't written it all down. Okay, oh, and I forgot to show you this. This is shoved under. This is the paper pattern for Cottontail Farms, if you're interested. Here's all the flosses. It has all the information. So if you are interested in getting the paper pattern from your local needlework shop, this is what you would get. It was buried under all of my paper, so I didn't see it and I forgot about it. Okay, haul. I've got a lot of haul. I'm going to start with throwing things on the floor. Hold, please. I lost an egg. Okay. It was kind of important for me to grab, so I wanted to grab it. Okay, so I went to Michael's twice, and I went to Walmart. And from Michael's, I found these eggs. It's just a bag full of eggs. And I had an idea. I don't know if you guys remember, but I made this basket this past summer using, what are they called? Creeping something. I can't remember what it's called. But I tried making a basket and it turned really conical kind of. And I didn't know what to do with it. But then I had the idea that it kind of looked like a bird's nest. So I got some eggs and I put some eggs in there. So now it's a bird's nest. And I think that's so cute. I just need a giant bird to go in there. This will be part of my spring decor. I get to use it. It's whatever. So I do have all these eggs that I could put in my Easter display as well. So I have that. And then before I get into the rest of my haul, I had won a giveaway from Deanne at Stitching on the Rock. And it is called Smells Like Snow by Sandman Originals. How cute is that snowman? So cute. And I always tell my mom that I can smell when the snow is coming. I can smell when the rain is coming. And she never believes me. But so this is definitely me. I can definitely smell when the snow is coming. And I will be definitely stitching this next year, hopefully, for winter. That is super exciting. And she also gave me this really beautiful card from Mirabilia. Isn't that gorgeous? I read the back and it is amazing and I love it. It's so beautiful. So thank you so much, Deanne. I will have her channel link down below. Definitely go give it a watch. She has some beautiful pieces and she is such a kind human being. Okay, into the rest of my haul. This is a really random thing, but Michael's has some really nice spring decor, and I just fell for this chair. It's just a cute little chair, and it's all like yucky looking, but I think it's adorable. What I would do is stitch a little spring pillow to put on here. I actually could leave this out for a whole bunch of different seasons because it's not really spring-like. I think, sorry, it just looked crooked for some reason. I think I was just holding it a little off. I would definitely put a little pillow on here, and maybe a little doodaddy little thing down here. I think that would look really great. So I'm super excited about this. I think it was so cute. They had a super good sale going on, or a coupon. It was like, I can't remember, it's not good anymore, but it was like 25% off everything, or your entire order, including sales items, which is crazy. They never include sales items, so I went a little bit crazy when I was buying things. And I think I had another coupon too, so everything was really nice and cheap, which I really like. I like a good deal. And I ended up using the coupon for 2 days because my cousin wanted to go anyway, so that's why I went twice. But I think this chair is so adorable, and I'm excited to use it with all my different displays. Okay, what else? I had to get a bunch of floral picks. So this is for the one release that I couldn't tell you about, so here's a little hint. And then this is the ones that I used for Buzz of the Bees. And then this is what I used in Cottontail Farms. So I do still have a bunch of it left. And I used it for pictures, so I have a whole bunch of pieces that are just loose. But these are nice to stick into really anything because they're not too seasonal. You can really do it for anything, which is really nice. And I like that. So I got those picks. And then I saw this the first day I went. And then I went to bed that night and I just kept thinking about this stupid shovel bowl. And I had to go back again in 2 days. So I definitely picked this up because it's adorable. I have a cube that is going to look really nice in here. And I'm super excited about that. So it's just like the top of a shovel, but it's a bowl. And it's really springy and gardening-y. And I just really liked it so much. So I had to get it. Their Valentine's Day stuff was on clearance, so I did check that out, and I found this cute little heart tray. It was $10, but I got it, I don't know, I can't remember, it was on a really good sale, but so I only paid a couple dollars for it, but it's really cute, and it's glass, and I'll just use it in like my tier tray or something to put something on it. I think that would be really cute. So I picked up that, and then I also picked up this container of like these little hearts that say like hug me and be mine and love you, and they're just really cute and really nice bowl fillers. So I did grab those. And then what else? I saw these little chicks. They have hats on them. They were too cute to put away or to not get. So I did walk by them and I said to my mom that they were really cute and I really wanted to get them, but I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. And then I walked away and then my mom was looking for something else and I went back and I grabbed them and they were the only one left. So, and then the entire display was pretty much empty by the time I went back 2 days later. So definitely glad I picked these up because they're really, really cute. You know, I've seen regular peeps like this, but these are like extra cute with the little hats on them. I mean, way too cute. What else? I got this stand, this chalkboard stand from Michaels. This will be a release next year, hopefully. I have an idea of what I want to put on here. So I had to pick that up to get some measurements for it. I put that down there. And then I think this is the only thing left from Michaels that I got. They had their Christmas stuff still on sale. This was super cheap, so I had thought about getting this back during Christmas, and I thought it was really cute, but I didn't really know what to do with it. It's just like a tray with Christmas lights on it. And then it was really cheap, so I decided to pick it up anyway and figure it out later. It'd be cute to stand something in here, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out later, but I thought that was really cute, so I picked that up. And then I went to Walmart, and they had their Valentine's stuff on sale, and I found this little cardboard box. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I could always put a stitch piece on the front of it. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. It's nice to have pieces to work with for the future. And it was really cheap, so I picked that up. And then I did forget, we also went to Dollar Tree, I think. And they had some spring stuff. So I got these bee lights. Super cute. And then I needed some gold coins for St. Patrick's Day. So I had to pick those up as well. I'm going to scatter them in my little display back here. I think that'll be really nice because I don't have a lot of St. Patrick's Day decor. I pulled it all out. It's like 2 stitched pieces, maybe 3 now with my pastel patty. And then like a little garland, and that's it. So I did want to pick up some little extras. Is that all my haul? I think so. I think that's all my haul. Okay, what's next? I gotta get my list closer here. Plans. Okay, so I had a couple of ideas of what I wanted to do. So I was having problems with, let me try to put some of this away. I was having problems with balancing all of my whips with the desire to start new things. And a lot of my whips are bigger. They take a little bit more time. They're not going to get done right away, and I just wasn't feeling very motivated stitching on them because I wanted some finishes and some small pieces, and I wanted some new starts, and I was just having some problems with that. So Karen at the Stitching Owl, she suggested that I pick one larger project a month to put in some stitches and then also work on some smaller projects. I love that idea, Karen. Thank you so much. It inspired me to do something a little bit different. I decided that I'm going to pick one whip or a couple whips to rotate in and out to work on. And then in the meantime, I will also be having some small, quick, easy projects that I can also sub in and out. So it gets me to start new things, get some finishes in with some small projects, and to also work on all of my whips, because I want to get all my whips, not all of my whips, but I want to get my whip count down before May, because I want to do Whip Mania. And for Whip Mania this year, I was kind of thinking of doing a lot of free patterns. So this also kind of helps me because all of the little patterns that I picked are free patterns. So if I don't get to stitch them all, because I kitted up a whole bunch, I'm going to show you them now. If I don't get to stitch them all, then I could just bump them to May and I can work on them then. So they're going to get done either way. I was also kind of feeling the pressure because I was cleaning my craft room out, and my collection of patterns is on a shelf, on a bookshelf in my craft room, and I had to make a little bit more room on the shelf because I was running out of room for them all. They were kind of getting squeezed together and they were exploding out. So, and I love all of the patterns that I've got, and I really want to work on more, but I have to get my whips down. I have too many whips right now for me. I think it's something like 30 whips or something like that, and that's just too much for me. I do want to get it down. I don't have enough scissors to go in all of my bags, so I want to try to focus on a piece, on a whip, which is what I've been doing because I got Buzz at the Bees done. And did I get something else done? No, I didn't. I was close to. I want to get my whips down, and in between, when I need a smaller project, I'm going to pull out one of these free patterns that are nice and small. So I do want to go through them a little bit, but also I had shown Fabrics and Flosstube. That is something I had kitted up for a while. I have a couple more that I kitted up. So I have this little strawberry. I have who it's by, I just can't see it. That was a free pattern. And then I have I have two of these by Melissa at Pinker and Punkin. They're like part of a series, and I also have the winter one here. So the winter one, they all have this lady with her chickens in different scenes. So this is the winter one. I have the bee one done, I believe. And I think that's all I have done. She has a whole bunch of them, and I want to get more of them done. So I have the 4th of July one and the fall one. So these have been kitted up for a couple years again. So it'd be nice to get these kits out of my way. I just keep moving them around. I don't have a good kit bag. So the other ones, I haven't kitted up all these little small patterns. I just cut fabric for them, and I'll pull flosses as I go. A lot of these are from Melissa at Pinker and Punkin Quilting because I printed out all of her patterns one day. So we have Liberty, which is on this blue. And then we have America with a flag, which is also on the blue. And then we have, this one says Justice for All, which is on the same blue. And then I have this chicken on the watermelon, which is on a green. We have Prim Winter, which is on this coffee tea dyed Ada. They're all Ada, 14 count. Then we have this little Halloween cat, which is on a orange and brown. Then we have Old Glory, which is on that same blue. And Freedom, which is on the same blue. And then the last one from her is Hocus Pocus, which is on this brown. And then this is from Rami Freeze, which is I Love My Cats. And it's on this funky fabric, blue and pink. And then we have, also from Rami Freeze, is this butterfly, which I thought would be kind of cute also. I was thinking about it later after I bought this. It would be cute on here as a little pillow maybe, or stand up or something like that, which is on a pink. And then I want to do, this is also what kind of got me interested in starting a whole bunch of small patterns, because I have two displays now. I have this one behind me and I have one over there that is, that have a tier tray in them. And I really want to have like a mermaid kind of under the sea kind of display for the summertime over on that shelf over there. So I don't have anything really stitched for it. So I really wanted to try to start some things. So we have these crabs. It says enjoy summer with friends, but I'm going to leave that out and just do the crabs on this blue. So that would be good to add. I also wanted to, I do some crochet. I do a little bit of amigurumi. And I have been saving a whole bunch of under the sea kind of amigurumi patterns that I want to add into that little display thing. So I have a lot of ideas, I just haven't done anything yet. So I wanted to try to take some action to do some things. So another one I have is these mermaids, which is on this blue. This one is by The Little Stitcher. And I don't remember who this one was by. Oh, Rami's Creations is by this one. So that one's cute. These would all be just super quick to do, just like the Fabrics and Flosstube was. It was really quick. It only took a couple days. I went back into my notes. I've never been able to do that before. It's so nice. Why didn't you guys tell me? This is Find Your Treasure by The Little Stitcher. It's just a little treasure chest. It's also on the same blue. And then by The Little Stitcher also is just this little mermaid. I think she has a couple of patterns that are for sale, maybe in her Etsy shop or something. I'm not quite sure, that go along with these little patterns. So I'll have to check into that one day. It's also on the same blue because they're really cute. And then another one by Helen D is Shamrocks, Rainbows, Leprechauns, and Pot of Gold. It's just all the words on this one. And then I'm going to put it on the screen. I do have, like, that's a St. Patrick's Day. And then this one is Valentine's, which is Love is Kind by Hands On Design. Fully know that Valentine's Day is past. And if I really want to get the St. Patrick's Day one stitched in time, I would have to do it now. I'm not concerned. Like, I just finished some Christmas and I just finished some fall projects. Like, I don't care if I'm not stitching it and finishing it in time for the season this year. I don't care. I'll just, as long as it gets done, I'll just stick it in the box and then it'll be out for next year, and I don't really care. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself, so I'm not going to. So this one is supposed to be in the shape of a heart, but I don't want to do that kind of math. That's why this is such a really small pattern, and I didn't want that to hold me back by thinking, oh, I have to, because I'm not stitching on 32 counts, so the math would be off on it anyway. And I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to make it into a little pillow. So it's just going to be a little square pillow. If you ever feel that way and you feel like, I really want to stitch this pattern, but I don't want to have to figure out the finishing and the way the designer has it, like I would have to do the same thing, and don't worry about it. Do whatever you want to do. Nobody's judging you. I'm just doing what I want to do. I'm making it work for myself. And I highly recommend everybody do that, because don't worry, just stitch. Just finish, figure out how you're going to finish it later, or don't worry about doing the same kind of finishing, because it really doesn't matter. Just, it's yours. This one is Give Thanks by Lizzie Kate. And then it's on this coffee tea dye data with a lot of strings hanging off of it. Super cute. I don't have a lot of Thanksgiving pieces, so I'm really excited for that one. And then this one is Celebrate Spring by Lizzie Kate. It's kind of hard to see these also on Coffee Tea Dyed Ada. And then the last one, I had this idea for maybe 2 years now. My mom goes to the shore. She goes down the shore every year for the summer for a couple days, and she always brings me back a whole bunch of seashells, and I always wanted to do something with them. So I've decided that I'm going to put some small little stitches in the seashell, embedded in there. I will explain once if I get these finished. But then I didn't have patterns that were small enough to stitch for the shells. So I am signed up for Hirschner's emails, their newsletters, and every Friday they send out a free pattern. It's Freebie Friday. And sometimes they're cross stitch, sometimes they're plastic canvas, which I also love all their plastic canvas projects. Some of them are crochet, I believe, and maybe some of them are knit. So if you're interested, go to Hirschner's website and sign up for their newsletter, and then you will get all access. And then you can also just go to their website and just print them out if you want to. So Hirschner's, here's the spelling if you're interested. But they had these, they're called wine charms. So you're supposed to stitch them on plastic canvas and then add it as like a little charm to your wine glass. But I'm going to stitch them on fabric. I have a whole bunch of different fabrics here, and I'm going to finish them into a seashell. So it's almost going to be like a little pillow, and it's going to be tucked into the seashell, and I will explain that when I do them eventually. But I was really excited for these, and I really wanted to stitch them, so I had to get them up a little bit. So those are all of my little free patterns that I'm going to work on. So what my thought is, like I said, I pick a whip for the week or for a couple days or something, and then if I get bored of working on the whip, then I can pull out a free pattern and I can get something done really quick, and then I can go back to my whip. And it doesn't feel like that everything is so overwhelming and I'm not getting anything done, because getting things done feels really nice. So I do want to have little pieces like that. Okay, I think that's all about that. Those are my plans, if you can get anything from that. And then the only thing left, this is a pretty long video, is my life updates. Not much has been going on really, besides working on all these finishes and new releases and everything. We got a snowstorm, I believe, since my last video. We got a lot of ice, mostly. We got a couple inches of snow and then a lot of ice, and that ice has not melted since we got that storm, which maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. So there has been a layer of ice on everything, and it's been super annoying. I cannot walk out of my house without touching all of that ice, and it was driving me bonkers. It was in the 20s, like for like a whole week maybe. And it was last weekend, I think. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before when we had the ice storm. And there was just like ice on the trees. We lost a couple limbs on our tree, and it was just really annoying over anything because I could not walk outside without taking teeny tiny little steps through the ice because I didn't want to slip, but I never slipped once, so that was super good. It started warming up and we don't have so much ice everywhere. It's mostly just slush. It's been in the low 50s and high 40s mostly for the past couple days, so the ice has thankfully been melting. I'm very happy about that. Because it is getting warmer out, and I've been watching a lot of videos of people in the southern states having a lot of nice warm weather, and being able to go outside in t-shirts and stuff. I could not wait any longer, and I planted all my seeds. Not all of them, just I started a couple of them. I couldn't wait anymore. It's usually we can't plant anything outside here until after Mother's Day. That's about our last frost date. So I usually start all of my seeds in March, and it's not March. It is about 11 weeks until Mother's Day. I did the math the other day, and most seeds need 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 weeks before you can plant them outside, which if you do your math on that one, it's not time to plant them inside yet. But I could not wait any longer, and I decided to plant some of my seeds. I planted some onions last week, so they have started sprouting up. And then of the plants who need 8 to 10 weeks, I did a couple seeds of each, and then in a couple more days I'll plant a couple more of those, and I'll just kind of stagger it a little bit like that. And I'm super excited. My dad helped me build 2 more planter boxes. These have trellises attached to them, so then I have all my sweet peas and my snap peas that can grow up on there. So it does free up a little bit of space in my garden, and I'm super excited to plant all my plants outside. And I will be definitely starting some more plants inside eventually. I have a couple plants that I have to put in the freezer for a little bit. A couple I have to soak, so I'm going to try to get that done this week, and then I'm going to start planting some more. So I'm super excited. Spring is coming eventually, not here quite yet. We do have some more cold weather coming next week, but it will be coming eventually, and I'm trying to live in the moment and like have my moments with the cold and the ice and the snow, but it's hard not to keep looking forward to the warm weather. So if you have warm weather right now, can you adopt me for a little bit? Can I come to visit? Because I need some warmth right now. Okay. It's been an hour and I have a lot to clean up, and I have to go post Cottontail Farms on my Etsy so you guys can get it. And I'm going to be sending out an email newsletter today. If you are signed up, you will get it. And that's about it. So I will see you all in 2 weeks, hopefully with maybe a couple more finishes. That would be really nice. And I will see you all then. Bye.